at home. Bring in retired U.S. Navy SEAL officer, served 20 years in special operations, Dave Sears. Dave, good to hear from you. Good to see you. What kind of attack heading up to 9/11 do you fear the most?
I think it's the ones that are already in place. It's not going to originate now from Afghanistan. That's going to take a little bit of time to go. So the people that are inspired that are already in place, and again, it goes back to the suicide bombers or the vehicle type attacks that can cause a lot of mass destruction very quickly as people gather for, different ceremonies and things like that.
When you think about that, how much inspiration does ISIS and the Taliban have now to be able to put videos of them taking over Afghanistan? Does that then inspire the kind of attacks you're talking about?
I think it does. I think it emboldens the rest of the jihadis and terrorists around the world. Hey, here we go. We got a big victory. Let's keep this rolling. That's what I would be concerned about. But we're going to see some of that chatter out there, and the security forces are also going to be looking for this exact same thing in each individual country. So hopefully we're on top of it.
We're watching video right now from over in France where they've put huge lockdowns in place because of the anniversary of the Bataclan attacks. We haven't really heard about that kind of thing happening in the United States ahead of 9/11 anniversary 20 years on. Should there be more visible security for the anniversary?
I don't know. That's a really hard line to draw. Do you want to live in a security state? I don't want to live in a security state. I want them to do their work behind their scenes. They could completely protect us if they locked us all in like COVID. They lock us all in our house and we can't go anywhere, and we leave and we sit there and we get armed escort as we leave. Okay, you're under protection, but you can do this without being visibly militaristic, and the slide towards a security state is not a good thing.
There's always this balance between a little bit of liberty and a little bit of safety and security. I'm interested, you say it's going to take a little bit of time for something to be grown in Afghanistan. We know that they have all these new weapons. We know they have all of this new technology, all of this social media. Really, you can put somebody on a plane from Pakistan. They're across the ocean in 12, 24 hours? Does it take more time to put something together than what we would realize?
No, I think that they can, what's going to originate in Afghanistan is going to be some training and things like that. But, I firmly believe there's enough of these guys around the world already in place. And a lot of this can now be coordinated via social media and other means that they didn't have during 9/11. So it's the people that are in place. And that's why the security state doesn't solve that. It's the neighborhoods and the people around you that solve it and say, hey, we're not tolerating this in our community. We're looking out for the mosques, or looking out for the people that are kind of radicalized. And they're saying, no, this is not tolerated by a community.
You make a really good point in terms of the number of people already out in the world, and people in sleeper cells, I guess would be the formal term for it. What I'm interested, though, in is you think about the planning of one of these operations and these kinds of even sort of small group attacks like Bataclan. If you're a terrorist, is doing it around an anniversary all that smart? It seems as though you'd want to do it not around an anniversary when people's guard's down.
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, that seems like the actual option. Plus, you don't want to you want to have your own September 11th if you're a terrorist. You want to have September 12th. Not ride on another guy's. You want to make your own name and go forward with that. There's plenty of attacks as you go throughout the study of terrorism throughout history. You have, even in September, go back, you have September's filled with the Munich attacks during the Olympics. September's filled with the Pan Am 73. September has the other
September 11th, Benghazi, Bataclan, the list goes on.
But that list exists in August, November, July, all those other months as well. So I think it's more about when do they have the opportunity, and is their planning complete and in place?
Right. I got it. Scary thoughts. Dave, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Leland.
All right. Keep an eye on that, and we are going to move on to some news about COVID. The great American divide between vaccinated and unvaccinated, what you can do if you're vaccinated or not vaccinated, is about to get even bigger. President Biden, we're understanding, speaks tomorrow on what he calls a new 6-pronged approach to combating COVID. Allison Harris is in D.C.